I use all my photography gear, all the stuff, the Canon bodies, the microphones, the drones. Sometimes I was paying a videographer because I cannot film myself only with the 360 cameras.
You've been like working with so many brands and writing on so many different foils. Is there a specific brand where you feel like I want to work with them or I want to review something from them, but it just hasn't happened yet?
I have an Excel chart
Yeah.
with the several tabs in the bottom, and I have the
Yeah.
sessions. I have the focus I have to do, the session I have to do, and according to the conditions, I know that I have to pair this board with this wing and Parawing.
This episode is sponsored by SurfEars. Did you know that when you're foiling in cold water, that your ear canal can actually close up? You can grow extra bone, and then you can either lose hearing or you can get infections because the water that gets in cannot get out. So you should protect yourself with SurfEars. SurfEars are made to protect your ear, but you can still hear, and that's the important issue. If you're on foil, you still want to hear the environment. So think about your health. Get your SurfEars in the link in the description. Stay safe.
This is Up on Foil, the podcast for everyone flying just above the surface. Pump, carve, soar, let's foil!
This episode is also sponsored by Foilsessions, but more on that later.
Okay, c'est parti, mon kiki.
Allez.
Welcome to episode number 85 of Up on Foil, the podcast where we talk all about foiling. And let me introduce us real quick. I'm Matt. I'm an average foiler and getting into reviewing products, foil products. And with me is Hadou Brunner. Adrien, is it? Right?
Yeah, that's my real name, but everybody calls
right.
me Hadou. All the
Hadou?
friends call me Hadou.
And you are like a pro in this. You're a photographer, videographer as well. And you've been doing reviews for over 7 years, which is exciting. And I'm also here to learn. Hadou, is there anything that you want to add right away so people get to know you a little better?
I think you said this is a good synthesis. I started in 2019 in my garage. That's fun. Maybe we will talk about that. And still going on reviewing products, more and more products. And I have my job is photographer. So I work for companies and do a little bit of wedding in the summer, but also the reviews all the year. So a lot of things to do. But it's cool to have two jobs and two different universe. So you can get away from one or the other when you need or when you want.
And I'm super excited as well, like how you finance that, if it's just a hobby or not. We're going to get all into that. But my first question, Hadou, is when was your last session and what were you on? Like you have so many different things. And let me just read real quick what you do. You have, at least at your intro, you have surf, windsurf, wing foil, kite, surf foil, skate. What else do you do? Did I forget something?
I think you're okay. The list is good, but mainly, I mean, I still have windsurf gear, and a lot of people ask me, "Do you still have the time to practice windsurf?" And I say no. Sometimes I see they are disappointed because I started with the windsurf when I was surfing. My father was windsurfing, and we started with him. And I don't have enough time now. And I said to this person, I don't do any windsurfing now, but now I do also prone foiling, tobogganing, foil driving, dock starting. So many new practices. So I'm more on the water. I spend more time on the water than before. And in every kind of conditions, you know what I'm talking about. No wind.
And you're in the northwest of France, right? La Baule.
It's in the west of France, south of Brittany. But it's just some people will say it's not Brittany, so you need to be precise. But
Oh, yeah.
it's called Loire-Atlantique, just in the south of Brittany, but the west
Wow.
coast. Yeah.
All right.
And I live in a bay, and this is pretty nice for free riding. And on this, in my videos, I spend a lot of time in this place. I don't move so much. And it's a really nice place because the wind can blow in any direction. You always have an option. And when there is no wind, you have sandbanks, so you can go.
Nice.
And especially with the foil assist and those new toys, you can have fun in the waves. And it's crazy. And you have all the
And I
spots
forgot the
around my
Parawing,
place.
man. I forgot to mention the
Oh
Parawing.
yeah, the Parawing, yeah.
Obviously, we're gonna get into
Yeah.
that later on, but let me ask you again, because with the podcast, I don't know if you ever listened to an episode. We digress a lot, and that's gonna happen today too. But I also think that's the fun of it. But still, I'm gonna ask again: when was your last session?
This afternoon.
This
Yeah,
afternoon. What did
I'm
you do?
still a little bit salty.
Nice.
Yeah, I spent just 1 hour on the water because I had a lot of things to do on the computer. So it was sunny, a bit windy, like 12 knots, not that strong.
Okay.
It was pretty cold, and I went outside. I had a JP board and Neil Pride wings I just got a few days ago, and I shot them in my place. And so when the focus are done, you can play with the gear. But before if you don't shoot the gear, you don't play with the gear, because if you damage something, if it's not as beautiful as when it's brand new, it's no good. So I went on the water with it, like just 1 hour on flat water. Nothing really exciting, but we spend too much time on the water. So now we want waves, we want sun, we want the awesome conditions. So yeah, I just spent one hour. It was nice because I could film with the camera, and the sky was blue, so I was happy.
Perfect. Adu, if you see me wobbling around, I'm standing on a balance board. Indiana sent me balance boards just while and actually trying to improve my balance. I'm not able to get on the water every day. I'm probably able to get on the water once or maybe twice a week, but not as much as you can, obviously. So I'm a little jealous here. And I want to get into like your reviews. And also for me, I can learn something from you probably. But you said, first of all, you need to unpack and film everything as it's still brand new. Do you have like regular steps you take when reviewing something, or does it even start earlier? Do you call out brands, write them, or are you that famous that brands actually come to you and ask you if you want to review something?
I will tell you the story, because when I started 2019, I bought a foil and it's funny because it was a Neil Pride foil, and I wrote that on a comment on YouTube when you made with Nico and Gav, you made your podcast on the videos on the influencers, and I told you I love this podcast, and I really watched it with attention because I was really concerned. And so in my case, I started with a foil. I bought it, had fun with it, and I thought it would be nice to share the talk about this foil because it was really fun. You could plug it on a Powerbox board, freestyle board, so everybody could access to the foil with a regular board. They did not have to buy a new board, a foil board. So that was great. And I made a review like you see on the high tech. I said, okay, I will go on the water with it. I will introduce the product, show everything, and make a proper feedback with several items like the feeling, the range of use. I don't remember what I said in this review. Yeah, it was a long review, and people liked it. The shops liked it, and then I started to have brands who said, "Okay, it's good. We should send you some gear." So I was really happy because suddenly I had an access to some brands and some gear. So it was fun to play because at that time I was paying for my gear and it was pretty expensive. And I developed that, and more videos means more subscribers, more views, more interest, and more attraction for the brands also. And and at one specific point, I was spending so much time on it, and what it takes to make a video, and the time you need to try the gear, and finally, I said to the brand, I cannot do that for free.
Yeah.
Because I know this is an important point, and you will ask for that. So I used all my photography gear, all the stuff, the Canon bodies, the microphones, the drones. Sometimes I was paying a videographer because I cannot film myself only with the 360 cameras.
Yeah.
It's really nice that we have that, but you cannot do everything with that.
Mhm.
And I was translating my videos, was paying for things also for that. So I said, okay, if you want to continue, because I loved it, really, I really wanted to continue and to make videos that were even more professional, and the brand understood that, and
Yeah.
they said, okay, you really bring something to us because we sell products, and I went on like that, and so now I spend time not for free, but I still do it really with a lot of time and passion.
Yes, I just today watched your review of the Cloud and the Cloud One from Tacoon, and it's super cool because we can talk about the Parawing as well. I
Yeah.
have the same gear from Tacoon, and I did a review, but it was more like a first look and first try of the
Mm-hmm.
Cloud. And now I have the Cloud One as well. I'm gonna do like a
Yeah.
deep review, like going more upwind, testing it in different situations. So I'm excited about for talking about that as well. Um,
Mhm.
if you have something like the Cloud, and that's I don't know if I think it's your newest video on
Yeah,
YouTube.
we released it this morning.
Oh, all right. So if you
Yeah.
listen to this podcast, it's probably like 3-4 weeks ago, but still.
Yeah.
um When you do a review like that, how do you plan your review? Does it always go after the same like topics? Do you have some things you think about in advance, or are you going on the water and then deciding what you want to talk about? Have you ever recorded a session with a foiling app and then forgot to turn it off on your way home? Well, now with Foilsessions, you can actually crop your session, meaning that you can take out the car ride and just focus on your foiling, which is amazing. Try Foilsessions for free with the link below.
I have a frame for the presentation and all the feedback. I have a specific frame for a foil review, for wing review, Parawing review, and now foil assist review. I just wrote that a few weeks ago, and I follow this frame. So when I'm in front of the camera, I never read a paper. I have a note on my smartphone with the items, and I just see the item, and I know what I have to say because I spend time in the water. So this is clear for me. I don't need to read that. At the beginning, I needed to write things, but now I never do that because it's clear. But I speak a lot, so my reviews can be a bit long sometimes. Uh, but yeah, I have a frame, and now if I see something that needs to be added to this frame on the review because there is something really specific, no problem. I will modify a little bit, and you need to say what you have to say.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, but I need my frame. It allows me to try every kind of gear the same way. It's a process. So yeah.
It's I suppose it's really good if you live close to the water and you have a lot of time to actually get on the water. For
Mm.
me, it's more lucky. Like I have gear, I want to test it, and I really need that day or those 2-3 days
Yeah.
to come for me to really test it. And if the wind is too strong, then I can test it in strong winds. If the wind is lightish, I can test the low end.
Yeah.
So I cannot really talk about something
Yeah.
else.
You cannot try in every kind of conditions, and
Yeah.
that's even if I can go on the water really often, I have the same problem because when I have a foil, for example, if it's if it has to be tested on the prone foil setup, I need waves and no wind. If it has to be tested on the Parawing, I need some bumps. Even if there is some wind, it's not enough. So I remember at the end of the year 2025, I had the new wings from F1, the strikes, and I could not find. They sent to me the 4 meters wing, which is the reference size when I'm reviewing wings, and I could not ride them because the wind was always too strong. So I made a 1 or 2 session totally overpowered, but I needed the light to test light wind ability of the wing and other things, and to get a little bit more sun because it was always gray and rainy, because that's also a problem. If you have 2 or 3 perfect days at home when you try the gear, if it's totally rainy and you cannot film, that's still complicated.
And we see that in your reviews. They're so well produced. Like, we really see that you're a professional and have done that for a long time. Your quality of video, of audio, of how you go about these reviews is really remarkable. I enjoy that a lot. Not only when you are on the water, but also when it's just you when you talk. Like the background, the lighting, it's really good.
Here, that's the other part of the video. Yeah, the opposite side of the lens. You can say that. Yeah, and I have my lighting. I have a few ones. A few lights everywhere, and I have on my ceiling. That's the. You see, maybe you see there is something here, and there is a wire.
Yeah.
With a bearing, and I have a nylon. Oh, that's the trick. I have a nylon wire,
right.
and I made the foils
So you can spin
turning. Yeah, I can spin them, and I have the black background is perfect for that, because you can add a light to light the background, and the foil or the front wing can turns. I also have these little this is
for all the
plate.
audio listeners.
Yeah.
You should really get over on YouTube and see what Hadou has to offer. And here, is that like a turntable kind of thing?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So yeah, there is a battery inside. You can and when you switch it on, it turns. So you can, you put the plate of the foil. The plane is on top, and turns. So you just have to film. It's like if you were moving around the foil, but the foil is moving. That's nice. That's one of my tools.
Of your tricks.
Yeah.
Maybe if we talk about like gear, what camera do you use? You talked about the Insta 360 before, and that's the we see that sometimes in the shadow. But what other gear do you use? Maybe also drones. And there is this Hover Aqua that just came out. Is that the topic for you as well? How do you go about with gear?
You asked me if I was contacting brands to make some reviews. Generally not, but some brands I had, I've been in touch with Armstrong because they were not on the channel, and I want to try that. So I went and discussed with them. So something is in the work, but generally I don't go and ask for work or only there is a product that I really want to try and review, and I don't have an access to the brand. But for the drone, I saw this drone. You know this guy Benjamin? Oh yeah, you know him, Benji. Yeah, Benjamin. And he's trying it, and I had a look at this drone. It's crazy, and we need to contact these guys because it's really helpful. The thing is, I've been using drones, but here in my place, you have lots of areas where you cannot fly, or you really need to ask to a guy who has all the what do you call that, certificate,
like
that he can a professional operator. So that's complicated.
Okay.
So the only drone I use right now is when I'm on the beach, because I can't fly it in the bay where I live. It's the little Neo 2, the small one. And when you're filming with a Parawing, I used to have this 3 meters long pole. You have it? with the
I
360
don't have it.
cam.
I had it from
Get
my dad actually, but he uses it
okay.
himself. Yeah.
And this is nice because when you fly the Parawing, as the lines are pretty short, you can put the Insta 360 really high over the canopy, so you can have like drone footage. And I was using that, and I said, okay, this little drones, which is around 200 euros, it's pretty affordable. I bought it, and for only footage on the beach, like when you're handling a wing or a Parawing, it's nice. So it's one of my tools right now. I love to use it. It's not crazy quality, but it does the job for YouTube review. But I really would love to get some more footage, action footage, with drones on the water, because I used to do that and it was totally crazy. And when you're editing your videos, when you have those kind of footage, you take so much pleasure to edit the review, because you love the images.
Not only
It's
that,
easier.
I sometimes see some things from the outside that I didn't while writing. So sometimes it even helps for the review.
Yeah. It's really nice, and it helps you to progress also. See what you're not doing totally right. Sometimes you see things you don't have to say to the people, but especially for surfing, carving, it's
Mhm.
amazing to watch, to have an external point of view.
What I
Yeah.
also see often when I'm writing, I always think that, yeah, it's fine. I'm high enough on the mast. And then I see myself from the outside and I'm never high enough on the mast. There's always so much room for improvement, which, yeah, is terrible. But I'm kind of going up a little by little. Do you sometimes when you go out, because when I look at your videos, I remember most of the time you being on the water and have like a selfie stick on your harness, probably somewhere on your back. But
Yeah.
sometimes you have images as
Yeah.
well from land. So when you do that, do you have someone you pay to film you for a session or a day?
Yeah. Sometime when he's available, when and you have the person you like his style, the way he's shooting, so you don't have many contacts. And yeah, it has a cost also, so which is normal, but it adds something really nice to the reviews. I should do that more, but in sometimes you don't have you need the good forecast, you need the good conditions, you need the guy to be available, you need to you told the brand you needed 2 months, and there was only 1 week left to or you can be late a little bit, but you need to be approximately on the timing, because you have all the reviews. So and it's difficult to combine all those things.
What I like a lot is like follow cam if I have a friend out, and I don't know if it's specifically foilers, but foilers especially, they film a lot. Like a lot of my friends who foil film themselves, and of
Hmm.
course others as well. So like the follow cam from a friend is pretty cool. And also sometimes I give my gear to friends and I film them and show
Yeah.
them the review.
It's good. It's a good idea. Yeah, I would like to. I was talking about our kids that start foiling, and I would really love to see my kid, my boy, foiling, because I could tell him, take the gear, have fun. I stay on the beach, and I will film you, and they would be happy. It's a good option. I should do that more. And you can gather good information and feedback from other riders
Yeah.
and other
Yeah.
weight levels. And it's really, and people, I don't know if you had that on your comments on YouTube, but sometimes people ask for that, and especially me, because I'm 62 kilos. Yeah, I'm more on the light side.
Yeah.
And sometimes people say, okay, I do you can take off really early with no wind. That's not fair. No, but they said you should add 20 kilos of weight on your back. So I had this kind of comments also, so that makes me laugh. But yeah, being light can be good and sometimes not so good.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course,
for
of course.
the high end, if I can manage a Parawing in a really strong wind and with my weight, okay, it's great. It's a good product.
Yeah.
because I'm too light.
Do
Yeah,
you
and
do you ever?
especially
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, especially for the cloud. Some people told me, okay, when you grab the front lines, really you try to deploy a lot. In strong winds, it can sometimes collapse. I
I
said,
never had
okay,
that.
yeah, I never had this experience, and because a few contacts of me told me that, I went back on the water. I checked on the review. I showed the wind,
Like the graph?
the live of the wind, the graph, yeah.
Yeah.
And I watched on the Takun's website the range of use, and especially the strongest range, the 4 meters was for 22 knots for 80-kilogram guys. So
Yeah.
I'm
That's the
really
maximum?
lighter
No.
than that. Or it was 24. I don't know.
It's still,
I
it's
put the
they manage
screenshot in the
way.
review. Yeah, but I went back on the water in stronger winds because I say, okay, if I tell the people it's okay, and it's not okay because some people have the experience of a collapsing parawing. It's no good. So, yeah, I was not really, comfortable with the situation. I needed to check.
Yeah.
So I
But
checked.
and I use it. It was not 30, but maybe 27, 28 knots, and it didn't
Hmm.
collapse. Like the front of the Parawing stayed super stable. The back started to fold in, but that's what
Hmm.
I suppose was the idea to depower. I was really surprised by it actually.
Yeah. Me too. I was around 25 knots, not higher, but with my weight, I was really under the normal weight
Yeah.
on the website. So I said, if it does not collapse, it's okay. I think if you bring any kind of any powering on the market, you bring it really far over the maximum wind range it has been designed for, it will collapse. You need to have a smaller one in the backpack. No?
Definitely. And the bigger one too.
And a bigger one. Yeah. Yeah.
What's the biggest one you've written so far?
Um, Generally now when I have reviews, so I've been a lot on the wing reviews because the brands want wing reviews, but I would like to do more powering review, but you cannot
Yeah.
do
People
everything.
selling
And
wings. People are buying wings, not Parawings still. Yeah.
yeah, we are a minority. That's like for prone foiling, the brands don't want to build prone foil boards. They prefer to work on the mid lengths right now,
Yeah.
and you see that on every brand, and that's the case for many brands. Um, Generally, the biggest for me is 4 meters, not because I don't need more. I had the the fly surfer. I know you ride this
Yeah.
Parawing. They sent me the 5 meters.
How do you like it?
It's a it's a kite. It's really powerful. It's crazy, but it's not the same sport. It's more like for free riding,
Mhm.
cruising. You can really take off early, but when you want to pack it, so what is nice is that the length of the lines is not really bigger than the 4 meters.
No.
So
Mhm.
you had it, you tried it,
Yes, I have the 4, or I use the 4 and the 5,
yeah,
and the line lengths, I think, are pretty much the same, like 3 or 4
yeah.
centimeters of difference, but it suits the 5 meters so much better that it's
Mm.
actually easier to ride. It's at least in my, opinion.
But you pack it because it's on the water. It starts to be to get to you have a big amount of canopy when you collapse it.
The 5.
Yeah,
Well, I actually
D-
the 5
depends
I've
on
never
what you
used
ride.
in like wavy conditions. I used it on Lake
Yeah.
Silvaplana. That's where I did my big Parawing review last year, and it
Mm.
was more just for free riding and then just collapsing, see what happens. But I never stashed it, the big one. But I have stashed the 7.3 from 777. I don't know if you've ever ridden the triple
No,
sevens, but they have
no,
super
no.
light canopy.
Yeah. So when you pack
So
it,
the
it
pack
doesn't really
is really
matter.
small. Yeah, the problem there is the bar. Like they have an immense bar, which is not really comfortable. I'm gonna try to take a smaller bar and see
Mm.
if it flies as well. Um, I don't know if you've seen the triple size, the hybrid out now, and I hope that when this episode airs, I would have done the review of the 7.2 hybrid Parawing from them, which is, for free riding, yes,
Yeah,
not right going into the waves. But for me, that's also fun. And we talked about winging before. I would like to go winging again now because I haven't done it for ages
yeah,
now. But I like free riding on a Parawing as well. Like the big advantage is the view, I think. Like with a
yeah.
wing, it's just in your face and you don't see anything leeward of you. And with a Parawing, you see everything.
Yeah, and the thing I love the most when I made my first sessions with the Parawing is that you go on the beach. I have a truck, so the foil was already mounted on the mid length. So you have your little bag and you
Yeah.
okay, let's go. Let's have
The
fun
first
after
time
work. Yeah,
the
it's
first time
crazy.
I opened
Where's
out,
my? You think you have forgotten something? Where's my pump?
yes,
Where? No,
100%. I
it's
really
all
was like
right.
going like, what did I forget?
Yeah.
Now I think I have everything. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So
Yeah, it's very nice.
brands approach you for doing reviews. How much you have going on the same time? Like maybe you can talk about what you're reviewing
Mm.
right now, or is that off topic and you have to wait until the release date, for example?
Oh, no, we can talk about that. I have a chart, an Excel chart
Yeah,
with the several tabs in the bottom, and I have the
yeah.
sessions. I have the the focus I have to do, the session I have to do, and according to the conditions, I know that I have to pair this board with this wing and
Wow.
Parawing. I try to optimize because we don't have enough session time. Even if you can go several times in a week on the water, if you have several gears, and sometimes like brands like F1, they really want to. Armstrong is the same, I guess. They want you to have a full combo.
Yeah.
So if you have a value Parawing, but you want to ride it on the I don't know the F1 board and do the board review at the same time, you should ride the frigate or the quest, but you shouldn't ride the value one. So
Oh, yeah.
this is this is where it starts to be complicated. But right now, um, I have I have too much things to do. But I have a combo from JP and Nilpry. I have the value, the Piro. I had
Yeah.
the Takun, the slide and the V4, the wing and the board, the mid length one.
Yeah.
I think they send this board to Gavin, maybe you also.
Not
They
yet.
want
They talked
not yet.
about it, but it's always hard to like there's so many things going on and he has so much to do as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have the new thing from Duotone boards. It's like the prone board, the new wings, the crest, the foil, and they want a review of the foil assist also. So I just got all the gear. I need to go on the water with it. And I have my friend from Cape Arts. Did you hear from Antonin from Cape Arts?
Nope. Never
Uh,
heard. I saw it on
yeah,
one of your videos, but I've never
yeah.
actually seen that live.
I think
K-pops.
Gav is trying the one of his foils. He built a range of foils, downwind foils and free ride surf foils, and a range of masts and universal masts, and it's really
Okay.
really good. So I'm reviewing also his foils, foils, universal mast, and two range of foils, and we have the taco and Parawing. It's okay. It has been published today, and I have a planification, and until end of May, I know I have lots of things to do because you cannot release more than, I don't know how Gabe does, because he doesn't sleep, or I'm amazed by his productivity
Yeah,
really.
it's incredible. Yeah.
It's great. Sometimes I go on his channel and I say, I watch the date of the video.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, 6 days ago. How can he do it? And releasing one video per week is is already really good for me.
Yeah.
Even if it's not published, but the idea is to tell the brand, okay, my review is ready. Sometimes they want like value, they don't have stocks on some product, they want you to release the Parawing review a bit later, for example.
Yeah.
So you have that case sometimes, but my goal is to finish one review per week.
Yeah.
So I try to keep that rhythm.
How easy it for you to hold back? Like if you've done a review and you want to publish and the brand says, can you wait another 2 weeks? Is that easy for you?
Yeah. I had the case also with F1 a few times because they want to. The product is not totally out yet, so they want to publish it at a certain time, and sometimes you can move. They say, okay, it's end of the month, and then it's 2 weeks after. It can happen. No problem. If the modification, if they had a few notes, things, maybe sometimes because I always show the brand the video, and I
Oh,
say,
really?
okay, is it? I show them the video to see if there is no bad misinterpretation or mistakes on the prices or any technical aspect that has not been covered precisely, or if I made a mistake, but
Hmm.
it's not it doesn't have to have any impact on the feedback and what I thought of the product,
Hmm. Hmm.
because this is the aim of the review. People want
Yeah.
to have your real feedback. They want you to compare. The more I publish review, the more I see people that they want us to compare to other, especially in the foils. They want to
Yeah.
compare different brands, and that's delicate because you're speaking about one specific product from one brand, and sometimes another product will be better in some aspects. So, but they respect, and they know it's good because they know these brands that 1 year after they will come maybe with a better product, and you will be still there to tell it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when the first duotone wing was reviewed, the one with the blue boom, it
Yeah.
was really unstable. It was really unstable on the beach when you were on your board trying to water start the foil wing version 1. And I don't know if you tried this one.
No,
It
no,
was the
no.
beginning. We had the swing from F1, the ozone wasp, which was crazy, and we had this this wing, also the duotone. And but the year after, the wing came in a second version, which was really better on this aspect. So you have to tell the truth.
Right? Yeah, it's really super important. How is it for you? Like we talked about that other podcast that podcast episode, we talked about like being biased and unbiased.
Mm,
And for me, as I'm still new in the business, sometimes I feel like I owe the company something, but I never show them my review. And I make mistakes sometimes. Like I think in the last review, was about the Tycoon pump foil gear, like the new gear, which is really
yeah.
good. But I
Mm,
took the wrong price of the front wing. And then someone commented on that. And I was like, yeah, that's my mistake. And I'm pinning the comment on top with my mistakes, but I never show the reviews. Like, how are you, like, how do you feel um, like, with the company? Like, are you still in that area where I am, where I feel like I owe the company something if they sent me stuff? Or are you like, it's your gear. If it's good, you can give it for me to try, and I don't feel any obligation towards the company. How's that for you?
uh, my way of thinking is, a brand wants a review. They send gear. I first try. There is no review. Even they want a review, maybe, but I tell them I will try it, especially for a foil. I had the case. One I won't tell any name, but the brand sent me a foil, and I made a first session, and I had ventilation issues,
Okay.
um, and I thought it was maybe me, the conditions. Well, I went back to the water the week after, and had the same problem. and I got a friend on the foil and the same issue. So I told the brand, okay, the foil is nice because it's fast, it glides well, the many positive things, but the mast is not ready. So I
Yeah.
sent they were ready to pay for a review, but I said no, I cannot recommend to my audience a foil with a mast that has ventilation issues. Um, so if you get a gear and you really don't feel comfortable with it, you cannot ruin the trust that the people have with you when they see your videos by saying, "Oh no, there's no problem.
Yeah.
Maybe you had no change. The mast, it was the prediction. Good mast and bad mast." No, you cannot say that.
Yeah.
If it's not working for you, you need to consider that it will not work for some people also.
How
Um,
like you go about it then? Because with that example, you probably still had a couple of hours of work with that. Is that's just funds lost, or how do you continue with such a story?
Not
Like,
it's not really fun because you have no fun with a foil that goes you crash on every time you're going across the wind and there is something like a chop, you fall. It's not really fun. But maybe this day I had a wing over the board, and this wing was also on review, so I could use the
okay,
footage on. I generally think like that. That's where
okay,
my Excel chart is really useful. Optimizing the session. No,
all
and there's
right.
no problem because the brand they say, okay, um, we have another rider that told us the same, so we know
Oh,
there
nice.
might be a problem. And what they say was really nice. They say, when we will work on another mask, we will send it to you. Sorry for the time you spent. No problem.
So you're kind of in
And
R&D as well.
I don't know.
You know,
Feedback.
you help
Yeah.
developing foiling gear for them if you give them like good feedback, which is good for brands, I think.
Yeah, because even I think everybody is in all the passionate riders, maybe sometimes ambassadors or customers, but really passionate about one specific brand. They give feedbacks to the brand, so
Hmm.
they help.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, we had a story like Takuma. I love the first Takuma Kujiras, the bump foils from
Yeah.
Laurent Borgna, and then they made a Kujira version too, and the front wings were really good. The tails were the low speed tolerance was not good for everybody. Let's say it like that. But the mast was no good at all. They totally killed the magic of the Kujira with this mast because it was too thick. It was a
Okay.
carbon mast, so everybody was waiting for this mast because the first mast was a really thin mast at 13 millimeters mast, and everybody
Wow.
loved this. But it was really flexible, so everybody was waiting for the new mast, and it was a total disaster. And because it wasn't not yeah it was not fast. A bit of ventilations on the 85 because there were two sizes. And what we did, we adapted a really thinner mast on the plane, and suddenly, and we added custom tails, and suddenly the foil was crazy.
Okay.
And I followed these bump foils. I like them a lot. I followed the work of Laurent Borgna. Now he's working for AFS with the silk and other foils like Enduro. Maybe you've heard about these foils, and they are really nice. Now they have good mast with the phone. You don't have to modify anything. But I was there to tell the Kujira one was crazy, and I think a lot of people bought also this foil because I was really promoting it because I really loved it. But on the version 2, I was the first to say the mask was really no good at all.
But
And
you told
and
that
people,
back to the brands and not to the customers.
to the customers, to the I told that to the all the people who came on WhatsApp or discussing with me on
But you
Instagram.
were
And
not posting that on YouTube then.
no,
Yeah, that makes sense.
no, no, but I made the promotion of the what we call the Takalure, which was a Takuma with an allure mast, really thin, 13 millimeters mast, really stiff, and custom fuselage to add the front wings and the custom tails. So I made a specific videos on this setup, which was crazy. And a lot of people bought what we call the Takalure. And the guy who was behind that was the guy I told you about at the beginning of the conversation, Antonin, which is running the company K Parts with the foils I'm reviewing also now.
All
Yeah.
right.
So that's
That's
nice
cool.
that's tuning.
Yeah.
We love that.
Is there, you've been like working with so many brands and writing on so many different foils. Is there a specific brand where you feel like I want to work with them or I want to review something from them, but it just hasn't happened yet?
Armstrong. But it's in discussion. So yeah. I'm on the good way. Yeah, because I tried their foils a few years ago, but the old mast, old range of HA front wings. I really love the design. The quality is crazy. The way that you assemble the foil is totally unique. And yeah, they seems to have really good range, especially the mid aspect, the version
Yeah.
2 MA for carving seems to be really good. Even the aspect ratio is not so big.
Yeah.
And they have a new UHA. I haven't tried it, but for parawinging it should be pretty good. Did you try those foils?
No, not yet. I've never had the chance yet. And I actually haven't asked them yet. I asked a few other foil brands and it's really hard. Like when this episode comes out, I would have tried the new foils, the flow foils from Enzis. I don't know if you're working with them as
Oh,
well.
I'm not working with Enzis, but I know the name. Yeah, the flow. Yeah. Mhm.
Yes, this one is going to be exciting, but no, I haven't worked with Armstrong yet. Gong is pretty close to you, right? Or if, yeah, I would say
Close and
pretty
far.
close, right?
Close and far.
How is it to have Gong as a neighbor? Because they usually don't work with reviewers. They have very specific ideas of marketing as well. But the things that I've
Yeah.
written from them are pretty good. How do you look at Gong?
I used to be a customer from Gong. I used to buy some when I was buying my gear. I was buying Gong. I have the sub board with the fins, not foils.
Yeah.
And then I bought one of their first foils. They have a 100 100 centimeter mast, which was pretty good for pretty big for wing foiling at the beginning because everybody was more than 85.
Yeah.
And yeah, they had good things and they really improved the quality. They have good wings today, no problem. But it's complicated to work with them. They don't want to work with me.
Yeah.
And they are not really, to my opinion, open to criticism.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that hear what I say will understand, I'm sure.
All right. We're not going to get more into
Yeah.
that.
I could have
But
told you, do I have a joker? Because I don't want them to be I don't want them to be angry, but yeah, it's difficult. You have to like the people who are behind the brand, and they have to like you and your work, or it doesn't work.
yes, what I really like about Gong, and I used to be a customer there too, is
Uh-huh.
exactly that. What we've just talked about, like they've bringing access of foiling stuff to a broader like mass. Like if someone wants
Yeah.
to start foiling, it's really competitively priced. It's really good stuff. And now, especially for me, when I look at it, like Takun is pretty similar, I would say.
Yeah.
But back then it was basically Gong or something super expensive.
Yeah. At the beginning, Gong was the first to bring a really inexpensive setup. They had
Yeah.
foils around 400 euros. It was aluminium, Chinese mast, and everything, but it was working. So if you wanted to start without spending too much money, it was good.
Yeah.
And but now they're more working. They seem to be more working on the premium gear, because I think they sold a lot of cheap foils, but now they realize they need to earn money from more premium gear to be in the game of the other brands that are doing crazy foils, and they are working on that. It's the way I see it. And yeah, Tacon is it's really a smaller brand, really smaller company, but they have really nice philosophy, and I like to work with them. I've been working with them, I won't say since the beginning, but almost since the beginning of the wing, because they were producing kites before.
Yeah.
And that's good, because I don't work with Gong, no problem, but I have a brand which is selling direct, not from the shops like F1, Duotone, and so on. So that's nice to have these kind of brands. It's a different way of um, selling products. So it's good that we review also these products.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Like,
I know there was a lot of people. There were a lot of people waiting for our cloud reviews, because okay, it's cheap, but for the value, what do you have really on the water? That was the question everybody was
yeah.
asking.
If like we look at Parawings specifically, and maybe it's the same with the wing. I think we're now at a time. It's been a long time since I've had a bad new Parawing in my hands, really. How's
Mhm.
that for you? Have you don't have to drop names, but have you had a bad Parawing and you said, I'm not gonna review it, or it's just not good enough?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
had
I will tell. Yeah, the duotone one, the stash.
the new
Oh,
one.
no, the first one, the
Oh no,
first
the
one.
old
You mean,
terrible.
yeah,
No, I mean the new
yeah,
one's
but
coming out.
I don't know. But I think I don't have as many pairing as you have.
Okay.
Maybe I'm more into four reviews in a lot of wing. I have a few Parawing reviews, but not so much as you. And 777, you told about this
Yeah.
brand. I know the name of the brand. I contacted them a few time ago, maybe 1 year ago, when the Flow was released. Also, the version one, the
Yeah.
D-Wing version one, and they were not really. I think they were not totally interested. We didn't make something, but yeah, I've heard a lot about these brands, so
They
maybe something
they're hard to
interesting.
negotiate, man. It's really yeah. But I really think it's pretty good, the stuff they have. But you
Yeah,
can be lucky because the first one they actually made, I haven't reviewed it, but
yeah,
I've tried it a little bit, and friends of mine have tried it, and it's better not to be reviewed. And the Stash
yeah,
V1, oh man, I had it in my hands. I filmed everything, and I felt like I cannot put that on the YouTube. I cannot share what I have to
yeah.
say about Parawing. So that was one of the few things that I didn't review, or I reviewed but didn't post anything.
Honestly, several brands were in the rush to release something. I mean, the we talked about the Cloud, but the Zenith, the first
Zenith,
one,
yeah,
was the same, the same level of the Stash, I would say. I reviewed the North. I reviewed the North one, the first one. To me, it's a version 1.5. It was not totally the first one, because it was going upwind a little bit.
hmm
What I loved on this one is what the lines were really short, like
hmm
a little bit like the BRM. The low end was crazy.
yeah,
The high end was not crazy, because if you were not pulling on your backhand, uh, it was collapsing. I mean, the deep power was no good. Um, and I saw they had a new one,
yeah,
the Rover,
the
maybe.
Rover.
I saw that, yeah. So
Terrible
maybe
naming, man, but yeah.
so maybe it's good. It's really good on that side. They improved maybe. I had the occasion to try a Gong Notra, the first one.
The first one,
Same same as Stash and Zenith. It
the
was
neat.
really
Like,
collapsing easily, not so much power there. Plus the yellow one was working pretty well.
yeah,
But yeah, not easy for the first released. And now I think I would be surprised to see a Parawing in 2026 and not working at all. But maybe you have more information.
Well, no, actually, at the moment, and I'm curious because I'm gonna get the Pyro as well from Vayu. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get the new Nash because the first Nash, the Morph, was not
The
the
morph, yeah,
best,
was not so good.
but the high end was pretty good, but the low end was not my favorite really. But now I'm gonna try the new Nash. It's not new anymore, but the Nash and the Vayu, the Pyro. But
You don't have the value yet? You do not have it?
no.
Oh, not
It's
yet.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to Lake Garda in 2 days, and
Yeah.
it should already be there. I'm not sure, but like
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago, they said they're gonna send it there.
Yeah.
Hope that works. But let's talk quickly about that North, the Ranger, because
Mm,
it was one of the first Parawings for me to use. I started with the Enzis, which was super high aspect, and the depower was not good at all, like the ears flapping. But it was the Parawing that I had, so I learned on a, I would say, rather difficult Parawing. Have you
mhm.
used the Roger V1?
No, the guy from marketing contacted me
Yeah.
just before the release. He wanted a review, and then I don't know why I answered him, and then I never had any answer. And then my colleague Erwan from the south of France, I know he made a review of this sparring, so maybe they choose to
Okay.
work with someone else. So
You
no
saw
problem.
that
But
he
it
was.
was I had a lot of feedbacks from this one, and it was really physical and
Yeah.
really pretty
Let's
unstable.
call it physical.
Yeah.
But as it was the first one for me to use, I thought Parawinging was just
Yeah.
like that. So it was not a problem. Then I used the
Mm.
Ranger. And the Ranger, I wasn't not really able to go upwind, but the low end, as you said, was really good. And when I
Mm.
look at the newer Parawings coming out now, like the downwind specific Parawings,
Yeah. Like a
what do
power
you
pack,
have?
the Quest,
Exactly.
the compact
Exactly.
ones. Yeah.
Yes. I feel like North already did that, kind of. So you can take a really small Parawing. You said depower is not really good, but if you take a super small Parawing, and I used maybe 3.5 meter, which was too big, and then I took a 2.2 North,
Mm.
which I was able to get on
Yeah, that
foil
was
with.
really powerful. I had the
Yeah.
3.2, and honestly, the session where I decided to review the North and not the Stash, because I had both ones, flat waters, sunny, perfect condition,
Nice.
regular wind, and like 15 to 20 knots. And I could get up and fly with the 3.2 North, big foil, but
Yeah.
yeah, and it was pretty stable, and the Stash was not going really much upwind than the Ranger, and the Ranger really had a better stability.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, no, the Stash was moving like that. So yeah, it was really strange, and I said, okay, the North, because I did not know and many models. I had the flow, the best for me, the best one I started with the flow D-wing. The 4.2 was crazy, and I got a 3 meters, which was not it did not work because there was a little problem on the lines, and
Okay.
they sent me another one. It was working, but not as good as the 4.2. I never understood why,
Mhm.
and I didn't took the time to make a review. But the 4.2, I made a few small videos on my socials, and the 4.2 was crazy. Going upwind. If we were trying it today,
It
I
would be
think
good.
we wouldn't like it like the new ones, but it was
Yeah.
really good. Maybe the best one at the beginning.
Have you tried the Maliko, the BRM, like their first one?
No, I tried the Kanaha 4
Yeah.
meters and the Kaha 3.6.
Yeah.
And you were talking about the Vayu, and I made a
Yeah.
feedback to Vayu yesterday by email to Philip, and I told him, okay, the 3.2 you sent to me is the lines are like 1 meter 30 centimeters. It's really really short. So if you
Right.
get the 4 meter, I don't know which size will you
Yeah, I'll
try.
get the 4. Yeah.
4 is like I think it's 140. It's really
Perfect.
really short.
Awesome.
It's the BRM style for packing, but with the upwind and
Nice.
more speed and performance to me. Yeah, you will tell me what you think, but it's the same thing because you can really pack it so easily. Um, I think that the Tycoon can ride more on the front line. So if you need to go upwind and go really fast, you might be faster on the Tycoon, the cloud one, because I tried the 4 meters in strong winds, and the same day I had a 3.2 value. So I was
Yeah.
switching, and 1 meter square difference, but I was riding with both wing pretty nicely. And yeah, the packing was crazy on the 3.2. Yeah, when you pack it, you still have a lot of margin. You can pack 2 values if the lines are really short, and it's still pretty stable for such small lines.
I heard good things about the value, and for it being a V1, yes, obviously they had a lot of other Parawings to look at, but that's pretty cool. Are you gonna review the flow, the new flow?
I don't know, because they're saying the first one, and I didn't take the time to make a review, so I won't ask them to get the new one if I did not make really a good review content last year. And I think it was the beginning of the Parawing, and I didn't ask them they didn't ask me for a review. I was more going, and I contacted them to try their Parawing because it seemed to be really good, which was the case.
Yeah.
But I think it should be really good. The first one was good, so I think it can be a good surprise. Yeah. You try
It's
it?
funny.
You tried it? You had
No,
fun?
I
You had
haven't tried.
feedbacks?
I haven't, and the V1, yes, it was okay, but it was not my favorite, really.
Yeah.
So many people said so many good things about it, and for me, I actually preferred, and yes, the like the D-Pow was better than the Enzis, but I was used to the Enzis, and here that might be the problem as well. I was used to a high aspect Parawing being at the front of the wind window that the Roger V1 was, and the Flow V1 was further back, so it was
Yes.
kind of for me.
It's strange when you say that, because I have the impression we did not ride the same D-Wing. And did you saw the feedbacks from Dave West? Dave.
That was
Yeah,
awesome. That was
I
so cool,
discussed a
man.
little bit with him because I saw YouTube videos in which he was commenting and saying there might be a problem with my Parawing, and my 4.2 was working like crazy, and the 3 meters was not working, really
Okay.
sitting in the back of the windows, really
Oh, really?
unstable.
Oh, so you
And so
might
there
okay.
might be a problem, and I contacted Felipe from Flow, and he said, yeah, we checked, say tell us the color of the roads or something like that, and he said there was a problem on a small
Okay.
part of the production, and they sent me a new one. So I wonder if we had the same Parawing exactly. I mean, the
It was
lines or
possible.
something,
But I also
because yeah.
I got the F2 Parawing, and for me,
Oh, yeah.
that was also not a good one, but I've heard good things about it. But then again, I got it, and as soon as I got it, I heard from someone, "Yeah, you have to change the bridles. Here is new tail whip,
Okay.
and you have to adjust." And I was like, "I'm not gonna do that. Like, I don't take
Yeah.
an evening or even a whole
Uh,
day to
well,
exchange and change the length of the bridles. I use it as is and give my feedback on what it is." But back then, I was doing like these comparisons of like 8 at a time or 10 at a time. So I wasn't focusing on one, but just like having 4 hours with every Parawing on the water, and then just taking giving feedback from that. Now it's more like one after the other. But as I've said, like I don't see bad Parawings out anymore. And I'm curious about the value and about the Nash. If I'm
mm,
just gonna say this is also a good Parawing, that's gonna be boring as well. But
mm.
maybe
Yeah.
it's time to continue with other things now.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Parawing is still a pretty new sport, so we're not at the stage where it's boring to review them, and that's what I like, and that's what I was saying. I would like to review more Parawing in the next few months, is because the brain still asks me many wing reviews, and the problem is that sometimes they even don't really know. When you ask them okay, what's new in comparison with the previous model? And sometimes you have the commercial in front of you, and he doesn't really know. So you have to guess, you have to try, you have to feel the differences, but you don't have the same. You don't have the same the previous model. You don't have it anymore because you send it back to them, and that's a little bit difficult sometimes because every wing today is pretty stiff, pretty neutral, pretty nice in the maneuvers, pretty well built. You know, it's not like 5 years ago. So this is pretty boring. I can be honest with everybody here. But the Parawing is cool because the bar have different shapes. The version one was totally awful for some brands, and now they're getting pretty good. But they have different programs sometimes. We have the hybrid, we have the regular one, monoskins, and many approach. And even when you review, that's why I like to review two sizes, because when you
Yeah.
review 4 meters and like the Poe, 4 meters is 2 meter 10 centimeters for the lines, and when you switch to the 2.5, it's like 1 meter 70. I don't have the exact data,
I
but
have
that's
it, and if people are still
yeah,
listening, I made a table of all the Parawings I've used. It's like 26, I think, at the moment, and I
yeah,
measured front lines. I measured the thickness of the profile, everything, and it's on the table, so people
yeah.
can just get it for free. They just have to message me. If you want it, I can send it to you too.
But maybe you posted it on the Facebook or somewhere, because I saw a chart with the all lots of Parawings and the lines length of the front lines.
Yes,
Maybe that
I
was
did.
coming from you.
Yes, I did, but now it's changed because I have so much more Parawings that I used
Oh,
since then. So it's, yeah, I think it's 26 or something.
yeah.
But the
But
problem is that I also like made a picture of the bar and a picture of the stash belt or the pouch that comes with it, and it's like 250 megabytes, and it's not just a table. So maybe I have to
okay.
change that and do something differently.
Yeah.
But if you want, I can send it to you too.
Yeah,
Um,
I'd be interested. You make a big we transfer or
I,
a big transfer. But
I
but but
just
but
Google
to,
link.
to come back to the Poe, if
Yeah,
some people try the 4 meters and say, "Oh, it's not for me. The lines are too long," and they miss the 2.5 and then 1.7. Oh, 1.7 is for strong winds, but it's crazy. It's like the BRM, but with so much upwind. Do you like the Poe, the upwind ability of the Poe? I
yes.
think
I
it's
just have the
crazy.
2.5 with me. The 4 and the 5 I don't have. The 1.7, that sounds so small, man.
It's crazy. Um, one day it was overpowered on the 2.5 because it's still pretty. It's more like a small 3 meters. The 2.5. If you had the chance to try it, but still the lines are pretty long for a 2.5. You can pack it in one. How do you call that?
Arm's
One.
length, I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
one go.
Whereas on the 4 meters, you need to do it in two.
Mhm.
It's a two step action, and on the 1.7, it's like the value is finished,
Nice.
and it's so stable. I love it. But some of my friends that tried the pose and the small ones, they don't really like them because they are really sensitive on the bar. If you
Yeah.
move your arm,
Yes.
your hand too much in the front on the middle of the bar, then
Mm.
it goes
Back
back,
to the window, yeah.
and then so you really need to be in the angle of the bar, and
Mhm,
that's
mhm.
how it needs to be. You need to ride it with the hand really in the angle.
But I think the bar is super comfortable. I just looked
Mm.
in that table, and actually the 5 meter has 3 centimeters shorter line than the 4 meter.
Yeah, and it works. And you might have noticed it's really less sensitive when you
Yeah,
move the hand, and they work. The guy from France who distribute the brand told me that they work on that so that the 5 meters is comfortable if you move your hand.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I just looked again. It's not 18, it's 24 Parawings on that table. So, yeah. hit me up if you want that. And it's still growing. I weighed. I usually go into magazines. You know, when you weigh the produce, and I put it on that scale to weigh because it's super exact that scale compared to my kitchen scale, for example. So I always go into the supermarket and weigh my Parawings there.
Yeah, I have a yeah, I have my little scale, my kitchen scale, like the basic
Yeah.
one. And it's difficult because when you put the Parawing, the bar is too large, so often you have the canopy that goes on the floor.
Yes, and
It's
in the
pretty
supermarket, it's
difficult.
like a bowl where you can just place it very
Yeah,
nicely.
yeah, that's what we need to buy.
Well, these
Professional
are
tools.
things I think these are more expensive than any kind of foil. You
Yeah.
said before that you have to send back the foils. How I don't know if you can talk about that. How
Mhm.
are the deals that you have with the brand? Is that
It
different
really
from brand to
depends. I don't really. Sometimes the brands say, okay, when you have the review done, sometimes we need to send the gear to another person that will be reviewing it. Sometimes the brand need to get the gear back because they make, demo days. They need to have gear
brand?
to make the people to try the foil. And sometimes I have some brands that they know I love their product and I'm using them a lot when I don't have to choose one specific foil for a review. And when I'm free of choosing my foil, and they love to, I think, uh, they like to let the foil because they know I will use it and tag
And
them.
show it.
So that's nice. And I think even if you're reviewing products, you have a personal favorite foil and board and wing and Parawing. So I have all these things. I have my if I stopped reviews today, um, I know what I would keep with me. But it changes every 3 months. But yeah, for the foils, yeah, I'm pretty right now. I'm feeling pretty nice on the AFS one. I really
Okay.
love these foils. But maybe tomorrow the Armstrongs. Who knows? Yeah, and it's a little bit frustrating because and I will use the word of Nico from Hopline because
Yeah.
he said one thing what was totally right is when you make a review and then you switch to another foil and he said the previous foil was really good and I would like to spend a bit more time on it, but I have other things which are really nice also to review. So
Mhm.
sometimes I feel a little bit frustrated about that. And for the brand also, sometimes I feel guilty of not using more their foils when they don't ask me to send it back
Yeah.
right after the review. But that's because we don't have any session time, and you cannot be on 3 foils on a session, and that's complicated also because we have lots of awesome foils, really. Yeah.
Are you sometimes paid per review as well? Like they say, "Can you review that? We give you X amount of euros."
What do you mean? Because a review is
Like
paid.
a YouTube, yes. Are reviews paid usually when you do them?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The reviews.
Yeah.
I'm always paid to make reviews now. I used to work for free at the beginning, but then with the time spent and what I said, the gear you use, the time you spend to introduce the product, to discuss with all that
Mm.
time that you
Takes
spent.
forever.
Uh, there is a stage where you stop or you continue, but if you continue, you can continue for free because you cannot live from that if it's for free and it takes all your personal time.
Yeah.
Why
And you
would
have
you
a
do that?
family as well, right?
Yeah, I have
How
2 kids.
how
Yeah.
big is the part of like if we look at your we don't want to highlight all your finances, but maybe how big is a part of reviews compared to your photography gig?
I used to be full-time photographer, so I was really, proactive on this activity. And then when I started the reviews and saw that I could develop something in my head, even if financially I was not I was more living from the photography than the reviews. I was spending maybe 70% of my time on it, and uh, and today I would say that the photography, financially speaking, the photography lowered and the reviews went bigger. So now I would say it's maybe 50
50-50?
50.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah, and it's good that the review doesn't take all the part, because we talked about independence and
Yeah.
being honest. If you have this possibility to say, stop, I don't want to review this, you
Mhm.
can say it, because you don't have to review everything to get money from the brand, to buy your food or pay
Yeah,
your
taxes.
house.
Yeah.
And that's really important. Yeah, and also you can have I don't know, natural disaster, pollution, or I can break my leg, or
Yeah.
so many
Yeah.
things that can happen, and you need to be able to do other work or other things. So that's comfortable to go to bed and know you have two jobs.
That is so cool. I looked at your numbers. Like you have 16,000 followers on Instagram and over
Yeah,
50,000, like 53,000 subscribers on YouTube. How important are numbers A for you and B also for companies, brands that work with you?
I'm not really developing on Instagram. It's hard to grow. I find it
Right.
really hard.
Yeah.
I'm stuck on Instagram. I don't really, but I love Instagram because that's where we discuss a lot, and I like, and I'm I'm a little bit old school, so I started to make more reels with the subtitles written, no more than 30 seconds, smaller contents, because I was often posting photos and people want to see video, they want to see you speaking, they want to, like you do, small contents, short, and you explain things to people. And I was not really into that. So that I saw the on the statistic, I saw the latest contents were doing more views. Like I just made an unbox of the Neil Pride gear, and it went up to 24,000 views. I
Wow.
was a little bit surprised because there is nothing special in this content. I don't bring anything. I don't. People cannot learn anything from that video. It's just gear, but I don't explain them how to do attack.
Yeah.
So but I think the algorithm like the special kind of format on
Yeah.
Instagram, but I'm really not really good in that. And YouTube has been I've always progressed on YouTube. No big surprise. It takes a really long time
Yeah.
at the beginning, but after it's kind of exponential. And I think with doing foiling, we had a period where it grew pretty quickly. Now it's smaller. It's slower, but it's still growing month after month. And I think today the brands they watch at the figures, the numbers, but the more important to them is to see how much views you have from the videos, and especially what it brings to them. If the people talk them about Adu, the reviews he made are good, you should work with them. They hear generally about you or me, and that's where they will contact you.
Yeah.
Um, and it's also the way you make your content, and the you develop a network, because I had no contact at the beginning, and reviews after reviews, you learn who is behind the Bayou Parawing, who is behind the Indiana Foils, the AFS team, the designer, and that's where you build something really a long-term relation, and
Yeah.
that's why I love to do.
Super important.
Yeah, and
When I
you,
look
Yeah,
Sorry?
you can bring them a lot of information also. So you have to respect confidentiality when the product from another brand is not yet released. But it's nice because you can get them, you can give them comparative feedbacks on the
Mhm.
foil on the market because they don't buy everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. If you look at your videos, how are you like looking at your numbers? When I look at your newest ones that are shown on YouTube, we
Hmm?
see one that is almost 2 weeks old with 4,000 views, one that is 6 days old with 12,000 views, and the one that you posted 10 hours ago has 1.6 thousand views. How
Mm.
important, or how do you look at those numbers? Are those, do you take that personally, or you try to look like, how is this performing so well? And the other one is not. How do you go about these numbers, or you don't? Do you upload and just go to the next one because nothing you can do about it anyway?
I think the people they decide for you, but generally I try to guess. You know, I know for the Takun one, for example, I know it's 1.6 on one day. It's pretty good for the first day.
Yeah,
And I know that as the product is very affordable, I think it will get a lot of views. We'll see. I work also for Decathlon. Decathlon,
yeah,
and they
yeah,
have affordable gear for people who wants to learn and they want the best gear and spend a lot of money. It's really affordable, pretty good quality. They're not into the performance gear, but it's really affordable. And yeah, I was amazed on some videos I made for their board and foils, more for beginners. I was amazed to see the statistic. It was really, really higher than the other videos. So what we need to take into account sometimes, the brands won't always tell you, but sometimes they can make promotion. They
yeah,
can make an ad, and this can falsify your statistic. So no matter for you because it's good, you get more views. But is it really the views you would get if nobody was putting placing money on your
yeah.
video? You
All
cannot
right.
really know. Sometimes I had some videos, some brands that were not the most hyped brand, and I was surprised to see the statistic. I could not really understand. As long as it's higher views, it's okay. But
Yeah,
sometimes you don't know if it's the algorithm or if someone placed money on them, and they won't really tell you because it's not taboo. But it's uh, it can be not really well perceived.
yeah, yeah. There, we're way in over now. And I just have so many more questions. I'm trying to limit myself because you've had a long day as well, and a lot of other things. Two things. One, we talked about the audio dubbing, I think, before we started to.
Yeah.
How did that change your reviewing your work online? And for those who don't know what that is YouTube that translates by itself with pretty similar voice, I would say, but it's just you sound
Mm.
like you would speak English in your reviews. And I hate it because I stand a little French and I love practicing my
Yeah.
French when listening to one of your reviews. So for me, it was terrible. But how did that change? Because it gives access to so many more people. You talked, or you said before, that
Mm.
you also had to translate at the beginning. You don't have to
Yep.
do that anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
help or
Yeah.
change?
I was really waiting so much for these features. Really, I sent a few emails to Google to ask them, to YouTube to ask them when it will be released, because some people had the feature because they were big YouTubers in
Mhm.
France and we could not access to that. And I thought it will really improve the views. I wouldn't. I cannot say if it really helps, but what I'm sure about is that the people can now understand really more easily my videos, even if they don't speak French. I think people know also that it's not 100% accurate, and that's where the robotic voice not exactly
Yeah.
the same voice as my voice when I speak in English. It's pretty good because it shows the people it's not really me speaking. So if it's not 100% accurate, and I'm always really afraid of misinterpretation,
Yeah. Yeah.
they cannot understand well if they replace a word. I'm always afraid about a big mistake, and also, and especially when you're reviewing foils and talking about precise things, technical things. But it's really nice. And some people come on the comment and they criticize. And the other day I had a guy who say, "Oh, it improved a lot. It's nice. We understand. We are happy, so it's good." But if I wanted to make maybe more more universal videos, would need to speak in English, because when you upload a video, you tell YouTube it's in English or in French or in German, and that's what changes really the thing, the way the
Oh, okay.
video
Is
is
viewed or is
referenced. Yeah,
distributed, shown. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
And my statistics are really centered on the French speakers. I have a few parts of German, Italian, Spanish, etc. But the main part is French speakers when I watch at the
The
datas.
statistics.
Yeah.
All right, just one last question, and it's again, it's a multiple layered question as all my questions. I'm terrible at that, but I want to talk about like the work that goes into a video because I know that a lot of people don't get that because you know, one thing is the foiling, is the
Yep.
filming, is the editing, but it's also like the uploading and all that goes with it, with text,
Mm-mm.
with thumbnail, etc.
Mm.
But I made a little
The thumbnail,
yes,
generating a good thumbnail.
I made a little reel about that when I wanted to review the Cocoon gear, and I had to get out on that raft to dock start, and I had to bring two masts. I don't know how many stabs, two
Mhm.
fuselages, and I had to swim it
And
out
you
on that raft and the whole box with the camera gear. Like I went
yeah,
there
so
and
you're
back.
real. Yeah, you were showing the thing that people don't see in
Yes,
the
exactly.
final project.
And maybe I don't know how it is for you. Maybe you have a big car and you can keep your foils assembled. You don't have a far drive towards the beach. How is
Uh,
it for you? How much is actually foiling? And then the bonus question, kind of, do you still foil without filming, without reviewing, or you don't have time for that?
I would love to go on the water without a camera. And I have a tow boogie now. This is not the zero tow, the one we see. It's a custom made, and it's like a little boat with an aluminium hull, you say.
Yeah.
And it's inside. I can put some
Oh, nice.
tools and camera 360 cameras and even tails and screwdrivers. And so that's the dream, because when I'm prone foiling, I can swap. I was working for Indiana yesterday morning, and I was with a little pump board, pocket board, and I could swap the tails. And I was filming the foil ventilation and saying, oh, "Okay, it's all right. It doesn't collapse. It's good." And when I did that after the job was done, I put the camera inside the tow boogie, and then I was
Nice.
free. I could ride freely without the camera. When you're wing foiling, it's always annoying when you don't want to film anymore. You have to put the pole in the back, and it's uncomfortable. You have the the
Yeah.
camera in your ears. It's not really good. So, and that's where you like when you can have a videographer filming you from the beach. It's
Hmm.
always really nice, because it's like when you go parawinging with it, and you're looking for your pump. There you're looking for your camera, but the guy is on the beach, so that's really comfortable when you can do that.
Is it the
Yeah.
dolphin that you reviewing?
It's the dolphin. I'm
It's
reviewing. Yeah.
we're allowed
You
to
tried
talk
it? You
about it
tried
once
it?
it's out.
Yeah.
Yes, and I actually made the review. It's ready for 2 weeks, and I
All
just have
right.
to wait until it's
Okay. So
How do you like it?
we are not supposed to. Yeah, yeah.
We
It's
are
pretty good.
because, once this comes out, it's already released, so it's fine.
Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah. That's a gymnastic. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's pretty fast. I was wing foiling with the 925 this afternoon.
Yeah,
Pretty
nice.
fast. Really thin profiles.
Yeah,
And yeah, for prone foiling, you need to have a pretty good condition if you want to drop down to the smaller sizes to link waves. You
yeah.
need to
The technique is pretty delicate. Like, you have to be in that perfect,
yeah.
pumping movement. You cannot just, like, stomp on it. Like, the barracudas are much easier,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah,
it
yeah.
super well. Yeah,
But it turns really well, yeah. And you had several the tails on it,
I had
longer and
yes,
smaller, because it really
yes.
changed the pitch
Uh-huh.
stability.
But I actually prefer the L, like the bigger
Mm.
dolphin, because I'm not that good of a foiler, and I'm a little heavier. Maybe that's an excuse, but it's just
Mm.
with the bumps we have here and also the pumping, it's just a little bit easier. It still turns well enough for me.
Yeah,
So, have you tried one as
yeah.
well, or just the small one?
I tried
Yeah,
you mean the tail or the
no,
front
the
wing?
front wing,
Yeah, I have the 925 and
925.
725, and I
All right, so
haven't
the M
tried the
and the S. Huh?
725 yet. Yeah, and
Okay.
the big one is fine. And
The
for
big one is
Parawinging,
10, what, 1032, something like that?
okay, well, what I call the big one is the biggest of the two ones I got.
Okay.
So that's a 925. It's
Yeah.
it's it's 92 and a half wide, the
Mhm,
wingspan,
mhm. Yeah.
and yeah, pretty. It's pretty nice, and I prefer the long tail. The long tail is a 370, but there is also a 340
Mhm.
long tail. For para winging is better with the long tail. You have
Yeah,
more
yeah,
pitch stability. You can pump easily. But for prone foiling, when you grab the smaller one, the
yeah.
340 is short.
And
It's
I think for
really
pumping, the
maneuverable.
short is easier
The short is easier, but it
for
really, if you switch to the 370 to the 340, you really lose some. You have more. You cannot put that much pressure than on the
Yeah,
370,
yeah,
so it can be a bit more physical.
yeah.
Maybe the big one, the 370 short one. I don't know if it exists. Should be great.
No, they have just 2, I think, yeah.
We always want the one they don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but maybe, yeah, maybe it would be nice. Or we chop
You
the 370.
do you have do you take long, because we talked about thumbnails.
Yeah,
Does it take long for you to do thumbnails, or is that workflow dialed in and you're just like,
yeah.
you know what you're
I
doing?
have it's like Photoshop. It's Affinity. I
Yeah.
don't know why. And I have a template. I have all my thumbnails since the past years. So I always have the same color band and the font. And so generally I duplicate.
Oh,
I
nice.
chose one thumbnail that was pretty good, not the same color as the latest video, the previous
Yeah.
one. I duplicate it, change the titles, and I just remove I replace the photo, and generally it's all right.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, it's something really. I don't have so much reflection around the thumbnail, and I try
Okay.
to be in coherence with what I did this past years, not to
And it
change
worked.
the
It worked, so it must be
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Adu, is there anything else you want to address? We talked about so many things. I don't know if anyone is still
Oh,
listening at that point, but I really enjoyed that conversation, man.
yeah, it was really nice. I was when I asked you if you had some question, I needed to prepare. That's because I did not think you were going to discuss like on the beach, and that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. Yeah,
Awesome, awesome. No, I usually
authentic.
don't do it because honestly, I prepare, but usually just a day or two in advance, and I
Yeah.
don't note too many things down. But is there anything else you want to talk about that you want to share that you want people to look? Oh, yes, of course. At Adrian Brunner. I'm gonna put it down in the comments for your YouTube. What's your Insta handle? Just for people to check it out.
Instagram. I
Yeah.
think it's not Hadou, it's Adrian Brunner maybe. My
With
whole
underscore.
whoa. I'm no good at Instagram, I told you. Yeah, might be. I don't know where you see that Insta. Yeah, underscore. Hey, Adrian underscore Brunner with 2 N. Yeah, that's
Good.
it.
So, but if people see you on the beach, they call you Hadou. Are you gonna go
All
to
my friends.
the Parawing event? Are you doing something like that?
No, I'm not so much on the events. I should go more to, even in France. I should
Like the
move
Croissant
more.
event or something like that?
I did not go this year, but maybe next year. And they have pumping event. It's
Yeah.
a really beautiful event. They always have good conditions.
Yeah.
Even for filming, if I don't foil, I think it's really nice to go. And the place is crazy. You would like to go there?
I would love to go, man, but I have 100% job as a teacher. Yes, I have a
Oh
couple
yeah,
weeks of vacation, which is nice, but I have so many things I want to do, and I have a family as well. So,
yeah,
it's hard to find some foiling time. But if the
yeah.
reviews keep coming, so if brands are interested, then maybe I can like stop teaching a little bit and focus more on foiling, which would be the ultimate goal.
Yeah, I would like to travel with the gear I have on review. So, because here the water is not in winter is a little bit the brown soup. It's not the Caribbean. So, if I could
Yeah.
bring my gear and review on hot water, crystal clear water, I would like it. But
All
it
right, man.
works.
Yeah,
That's real life.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's super important, really, to
Yeah.
see something from like unbiased, real reviewers like yourself. That's why it works, and I enjoy it really a lot. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah. Thank you very
All
much.
right,
Yeah.
have a good night, man. Thank you much
Yeah.
very much.
Bye
See
bye.
ya. Bye.